This whole thing has been conducted in the full glare of the media. Not only have these pictures been beamed around the world, during the course of this hostage drama, the gunman himself did interviews on a local radio station, and in one of those interviews he did say that he would be prepared to die in this attempt. This was a man, a former highly trained police officer, an armed police officer who had a grudge. He was fired. The images we're seeing there, this is from about a little under an hour ago, when the police tried to get onto the vehicle but were forced back, one assumes by a threat, whether it was gunfire from inside. And shortly afterwards there was another burst of automatic gunfire which came from inside the vehicle, and this was a point at which it appeared as though this hostage drama was moving fairly steadily towards a close, and then it took on a very different complexion. But the motive for this man for doing it appears to have been frustration with being fired. Attempts to get reinstated were not successful. He took this bus hostage, and as Rachel was saying a moment or two ago, he was a highly trained police officer. He knew the police tactics that would be used. In fact, he probably even knew some of the team that were there trying to bring this thing to an end.
Some of the hostages had been released earlier. What do we know about them?
Well, we're told that 6, 7, 8 or 9, I've heard varying figures, somewhere between 7 and 9 were released earlier. We think they were largely children and some elderly people as well. As to the identities of the 15 who remained on board, we think they were largely Chinese from Hong Kong. And of course the truly gruesome thing about this whole event is that their families may well have been able to, now some of them were able to get off alive. These pictures recorded a while ago at the end of it were able to get off alive, but the families of these people on board this bus will have been able, like us, to watch this thing effectively happening live, so you can imagine the trauma that must have caused.